Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I was sick last night. I'm feeling much better, but that's why this video is basically delayed by half a day. But I'm going to be going over probably some of the best units you can use for farming the extreme co-op right now. It's mainly going to go over heart units, and then I have one unit that I also did that isn't a heart character that you could potentially try. Realistically, any character with like a vortex should be good enough. But I ended up using the 8th anniversary Ichigo at 1 out of 5, and he performs fairly well. But let's just go into the main 3 that I saw people saying that they were going to use. So if you guys enjoy, hit that like button and subscribe, and here we go. So we have the Concord Ichigo, the Parasol Bruno, which the reason I'm not using only him is because obviously he's a seasonal character, he's a Burn the Witch character, he's very limited, so I decided to do basically 2 limited characters, one not so limited, and then 1 premium character. There's also Kuogi that you'll be able to see my alt account use. This is all autoing, by the way, all auto based. You don't want to actually play this event, otherwise you could literally bring any character you want, but I decided to put it on auto and see how it goes. And I also even used a okay, well, he's 5 out of 5, but this is the 5 out of 5 Aizen. If you look at him, I don't have an actual 1 out of 5 Aizen. I have this quote-unquote Aizen. I gave him stamina just so that, you know, he isn't fully max transcended or anything, you know, so like, it's not an insane boost compared to my max transcended Aizen, and he still performed fairly well. I'll have some gameplay in the background, but let me go over what I gave them so that way you can understand what you should use in order to actually auto this. So let's hop right on into the 1000-year Blood War Ichigo. So he is 35, not fully built, but you know, he's still fairly duped out. I think 1 out of 5 is more than enough for this kind of content. And then I'll have to show the links. I use all the same links basically. It's basically just last ditch links and stamina recovery links, and with hopefully some built-in recharge on those links, but if not, it's fine. Because when you're autoing, you know, enemies will just group up around you and spawn over top of you. So if you have last ditch, I basically have last ditch times 3, and then that way you can just fully heal and then you one-shot them. So I gave him full stamina boost and last ditch survival. You could easily take this off and put on stamina recovery, but I just didn't want to because I'm kind of low on purple potions, so I didn't. But full stamina recovery, or the stamina recovery with last ditch survival, is what you mainly want for this Ichigo, since he has no way to, you know, drain or any other sort of healing. Now with Aizen, I don't think you realistically need that, because he does already have drain built in. Another thing you have to take into consideration is the other 2 characters I showed, and Kuogi, are all melee units with their NAD string. So they will run up to enemies and punch them, which infuriates me when I watch it, and they have 3 strong attacks. They run up to an enemy and they punch it. Why? Why? You have all your strong attacks available, K-Lab. Why do you make them run up and punch stuff? I don't know. But he is max transcendent, and Aizen's NAD string is a ranged attack, so he will stay back. The only time he actually really dies is when a boss lines it up. Thank you, phone, for being disabled. He lines up his strong attack and he like one-shots you from across the map. That happens against the Stark. His range literally covers the entire map, and he one-shots me like 3 times. So that was pretty fun. But we ended up giving Aizen full stamina damage boost. Damage to weak. Okay, I guess I could have given him, I guess I never changed his abilities, but you could just give him last ditch survival. And I mean, full stamina damage isn't bad since he literally has drain, so what's the point in stamina recovery realistically? Now I do know that he's not immune, but the thing about Aizen is he has a drain, and then also when you're playing this, other people will probably be bringing in the 1000-year Blood War Concord Ichigo, which gives shared status immunity, so therefore you should be fine, because he gives all your other characters debuff immunity. Now I don't know, does Parasol Bruno have status immunity? I know he has immunity, but is it shared? It is just complete status immunity, so he doesn't give it to anyone else, but he's still a phenomenal character for it. He can definitely auto it, even at just 1 out of 5. I believe I changed his accessories, or his things. I did not. So you can literally give him last ditch survival, and he'll perform even better. You can also, and full stamina damage boost is irrelevant at this point, because of his insane amount of damage, plus his gauge effect, which one-shots literally any of the bosses. So you could just give him last ditch survival, and prevent, stamina recovery, and he will be chillin'. And then you also give him like certain links to revive and whatnot, which I will show right now. But yeah, that is basically my rundown. Kuogi is literally the exact same. Same with Rangaku, you can do that. Same with any character you want. You literally just give them last ditch survival, and you give them stamina recovery. or something along those lines, and you should be able to auto with basically any heart character. I've seen Yoruichi do just fine. I've seen people bring in Asane, I've seen people bring in the Shinji, I saw a few Kanames, few Rangikus, but these are the main 3 that I see when I'm joining lobbies or starting them up. So let's just hop into my run, and I will show you one final run, and then the rest will just be like in the background, I guess. Alright, so these are the accessories that I mainly use, just any SP set. Instead of the Lieutenant's badge, you could definitely put on the Hoji Guzai or whatever. I believe my alt account has it. The Hoji Guzai, yeah, literally that. And it heals you every single time you go through a room. And then I have stamina recovery between each set, some last hit survival, and then yet again, more stamina recovery with some recharge. I don't have the best links for it, but that's mainly what I use. And this is my 1 out of 5 Aizen. So let's just see how he goes on auto, and this will be my like my final one that I should show. I believe I should show the rest of them in the background, or some little, some little bit of clips. But usually Aizen does very well. Like, he is one of the best strong attack kit sets in the game. He doesn't really fumble unless something spawns on top of him or someone is speeding ahead. Like, everyone else is autoing here. I don't know why they're flash stepping when they're on auto. How does that work? But as you can see, he's still full HP even though he was on burn, but since the Ichigo runs to the status pools, he gets unburned. Now, I don't know what this shield is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't pierce that with Pierce Barrier, right? That's a completely different barrier. That's what I believe. I don't know why some of them have shields, but it is what it is. It's kind of annoying when you are using a single attack character, kind of like Bruno. He doesn't have a Vortex. Or the Ichigo, god damn it, he died. So now we don't have complete status immunity. So that's kind of annoying. But as you can see, like, I think Quilgi and Aizen are probably the 2 best. And this is what I'm talking about. Oh, he was weakened, so he didn't one-shot me. But usually that will one-shot you when you're Aizen. That little beam, it's kind of rough. But even with just 3 characters, like, I think my ult account is probably going to die really quick right here. Like, this is where he usually dies, but we have 3 Vortexes on the field. Like, nothing is going to live. If you bring, like, Yamamoto or Ichigo, the 8th animal, the power characters, Okiora, anything like that, and you just auto, you're fine. The Vortex will protect you 9 times out of 10, unless the enemies spawn right on top of you, or you get sniped from across the map by one of the bosses. But as long as you just bring in Last Ditch and stamina recovery, like, you just can't die. And I don't even think I rerolled this Aizen. I don't think he's gotten lower than half HP one singular time. He might die here. Okay, no, we're fine right now. But as you can see, like, he has an SA2. Okay, he actually popped it. Usually, he runs up. This is mainly for, like, Ichigo and Quilgi. They'll run up with 3 strong attacks and punch things. And then just, like, not use their strong attacks, even though they definitely could. And they could have wiped out everything in the vicinity, which is super, super frustrating. But yeah, that is mainly it. As you can see, you can get editing brushes, you get the coins that you can exchange in the coin shop, and then you have all this other stuff to level up your accessories and evolve them. You also get droplets, so you can definitely bring droplet or crystal links if you so choose. I don't do that because I don't need any of these resources. I just do it for the brushes, and then I exchange for the scrolls in the shop. But without further ado, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and that should be the end of the video. Let me know down below if you have any questions. Maybe you are like, hey, does this unit work? Literally any character at 1 out of 5 should work. I just don't have a 1 out of 5 Aizen, otherwise I would have showed you. Like, my other one was 5 out of 5, but he's not fully built. I think I typoed and said that he was 1 out of 5, but technically he's not, so his strong attack damage does do more. But even at just a regular non-max instead of Aizen, he's still fine. Ichigo is probably the second best choice, and then it would probably go to Bruno or just swap those 2. I still think Aizen is the number 1 because he just has a much better kit. If you like Quilgi, sure, but I just don't like that he melees and he runs in and melees and then he dies because he's stupid, and he melees when he has 3 strong attacks available, and I think it's a stupid mechanic. Please, Caleb, fix that. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, and hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Peace out.